4 huge diversion tunnels blasted through the Black Canyon. One here, 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 and here. Each one of these tunnels is 50 feet in diameter and just a little less than a mile in length. And you're standing in one of the diversion tunnels right now. Matter of fact, you're standing right about here at the present time. In addition to the diversion tunnels, they also built 2 huge earthen coffer dams, or temporary dams. The upper coffer dam here was 100 feet tall. What it did was force the Colorado River into the diversion tunnels and around the dam site, while the lower coffer dam, which was 65 feet tall, was there to prevent the river from backing up into the dam site. Now, these were major construction projects by themselves. It took 23 months to build Hoover Dam. It took 20 months for these projects, and they cost almost as much money as the dam itself did. But it was necessary. It's the only way they could do it, so they could get in there and build the dam. And build they did. On June 6, 1933, the first bucket of concrete was poured in the hole. For the next 23 months, working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 363 days a year, they poured concrete. Often pouring at the rate of 16 tons every 78 seconds. Till finally, May 29, 1935, the last bucket was poured on the 6.6 million ton pile of concrete that we know today as Hoover Dam. Now, once the dam was completed, they blew up the lower coffer dam so that the river could flow freely downstream. The upper coffer dam they left in place. As far as we know, it's still sitting out there at the bottom of Lake Mead. But before they could fill the lake up, they had to do something about those diversion tunnels. They were done with them now, they had to close them off. So what they did initially was put 50 by 50 foot steel plates, each one weighing 2 million pounds at the entrance to each of the tunnels. That allowed the tunnels to be drained and dried out. Once the tunnels are drained and dried out, permanent 400-foot concrete plugs were poured in each one of those 50-foot diameter tunnels. So let's see here, we got the dam built, we got the diversion tunnels closed off. That means the lake is rising, and it's time for Hoover Dam to go to work. As you drove in today, you may have seen sitting out in the lake are 4 intake towers. We have 2 on the Arizona side, 2 over here on the Nevada side. Now what happens is water comes in through valves in the lower part of these intake towers. Then the water drops down into a 30-foot diameter penstock. You all know what a penstock is, right? Penstock? That's just a damn name for a pipe. So water goes into this pipe at the rate of up to 96,000 gallons per second. Not per minute, per second. You're standing over one of the penstocks right now. Look outside and see. You feel that rumble? I know you do. Feel that rumble through? That's not machinery. That's the water going through the pipe you're feeling. So, water goes in the intake towers, drops in the penstock, through the Black Canyon, inside the original diversion tunnels. At that point, the water is moved into petite little 13-foot diameter penstocks, one for each one of our generators, and the water drops down to the bottom of the generators. From there it goes into a 4-foot diameter penstock. Altogether, water drops about 250 feet from the intake towers to the bottom of the generators. So consider that for a moment. The water drops 250 feet, and it goes from a 30-foot diameter pipe to a 13-foot diameter pipe to a 4-foot diameter pipe. What we're doing, of course, is increasing the velocity of this water tremendously. And that's necessary because at each one of these generators, that water has to have enough velocity to turn a 34-ton turbine at the rate of 48 miles per hour. Once it's done that, water's done its job for us here at Hoover Dam. It's released into the tail race, continues its journey downstream as the Colorado River. It goes on into California. There it uses irrigation and drinking water before it finally goes into Mexico and the Gulf of California, where the Colorado ends its 1,400-mile journey. Speaking of journeys, I'm the only one who knows where we're going next. I get to go first. Oh, we're on to the next stop on our tour.
How long did it take to fill the reservoir?
About 6.5 years.
And when was the last time it was full?
1983. Remember that 6.5 years, we were sending water downstream all the time.
Yes.
Better thing to think about is the reservoir is designed to handle 2 years of flow of the river of Colorado River. Come on, me guys. All the way back to the ground, shoulder. Nice lines across the back. We've got to take one elevator here. We're going to take one elevator. We have to save electricity. What do you think we make our own? Here we go, guys. Lots of room. Nice small group. Come on in. You know what, though? I need a volunteer.
I'll do it.
Matthew. All right, Matthew. You see that button down there that says BA? This is a test. You see that button that says BA? Push that button. Oh, come on, push it. One more time. Okay. Boy, I can't think it was broken. Pull that switch down. All right, give me 5. All right, he's a new guide. I'm going home after this. The reason we had to have Matthew do the elevator is because I lost my license a couple of months ago. Something about a lost elevator full of people. It was never proven to be my elevator. Come on, big guys. We're going to stay to the left this time, folks. Pretend you're in England. Come on over here. Stay with me. Come on over here. Stay to the left. So how y'all doing? Where are you visiting from?
This is a workout here.
Huh?
So this is a good
Nah,
workout.
it's just,
And you're doing it backwards.
I got to make sure nobody tries to get away. You got to watch these people. Yeah? Where are you visiting from?
Oh, I'm from Las Vegas.
Vegas?
Yeah.
All right.
We're from Chicago.
Chicago.
They're
From the
my
city
guests.
or from
About 27 miles south.
which town?
Homewood.
Huh?
Homewood.
Okay, I know. Homewood, Illinois. Absolutely. I know. I've been everywhere. Where in Vegas you live here? Summerlin? Where?
Oh, out that way. Yeah, west side.
West side? Nice area up there. I can't go out there. I live in Henderson. We're not allowed to go to the west side.
Get out of here.
All right, come on in, guys. Come on in.
Hey, man.
We got 15, right? 15. I'm on top of you, buddy. Find a place anywhere on the road.
Look at the terrazzo. The terrazzo tile. These are the generators.
Don't you find out anywhere around. It's a nice small group. We've got plenty of room for everything. We know we've done this before. It's not our first rodeo. Get your cameras out. You're going to want to take pictures here. Keep on coming in. Lots of room for everybody. Thank you, Mark. And you can move about as you wish, of course. You're now standing in the power plant on the Nevada side of Hoover Dam. What you're looking at down here are 8 of the 17 generators we have. The other 9 generators are located behind you across the Colorado River in the Arizona power plant. Now, each one of those generators you're looking at is capable of producing up to 130 megawatts of electricity. That's enough electricity from each generator for a community of 65,000 homes. And how do we do it? How do we create that electricity? Well, first of all, each one of the generators you're looking at is almost 7 stories tall. You're just looking at the top half of it, the rest of it's down below the floor. And you see that red panel around the generator. Behind that panel are located stators and copper coils all the way around the inside. Inside the stators is a rotor or a wheel with 44-ton electromagnets hanging from it. Now look about halfway down. Remember one generator there where the walkway is? Look inside. The lights burn out down there, but you can see inside the silver shaft spinning around. That shaft is 65 feet tall. At the top, that shaft's connected to the rotor with electromagnets. 65 feet down is connected to one of those turbines I was talking about downstairs. So, the way we create electricity is water comes in, turns the turbine. The turbine spins the shaft, which in turn spins those electromagnets at 180 revolutions per minute inside the stators, causing the electrons to become excited. Very simplistically put, that's how we create electricity here in Hoover Dam. Now, in Asia, like today, it is necessary to replace some parts of these new generators. That's why we have a big bridge crane there we're going to run the black crane. That crane has a 300-ton lifting capacity. 300 tons. How much is 300 tons? Well, put it this way. The Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor weighs 225 tons. So we can easily lift the Statue of Liberty with that crane. Yet, it's nowhere near big enough for the job we have. That rotor with the electromagnets I was talking about, that alone can weigh up to 550 tons. That's why we have to have two of those monster cranes in each power plant. Look at the second one right down there. They're using it to put the lid back on number 3 generator. And notice, they're mounted on rails. They run the full 650-foot length of the power plant so they can access any one of the generators. Now we can take the two generators and put them together in tandem to create a super crane, which now lift up with really big heavy ones. Okay, look down below next to the big generator. You see a relatively small ground piece of machinery down there? That's a generator also. That's called a Pelton water wheel generator. It puts out easily 2.4 megawatts of electricity. We have two of them. One here and one over on the Arizona side. And notice, the lights lit on that one, showing that it is producing electricity for us today, just as it has since it was put into service in 1936. This was the first generator ever to go online here in Hoover Dam. And ever since then, these two little generators have provided all the in-house power we use here in Hoover Dam. All the lights, all the cranes, all the elevators we ride are powered by those two little generators. Okay, now I know y'all came here to see Hoover Dam. So where is Hoover Dam right now? Show me where Hoover Dam is. Which way is Hoover Dam? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, okay guys, come on, turn around behind you to my right. Look up there. You see that big concrete wall up there? You see that? That's not. That's just a big old concrete wall. But behind that wall is Hoover Dam and Lake Mead. Now, don't worry. At this level, there's 450 feet of concrete between us and the lake. That's probably a good thing. Because at this level, that lake, that's about 400 foot deep and 51 degrees. You do not want to mess with that. Oh, look at the floor you're standing on. This beautiful terrazzo floor. This terrazzo floor is original to the dam. We've had almost 47 million visitors take a tour here at Hoover Dam, and virtually everyone has walked on this floor. Yet it's still in pretty good shape. I think that's a tribute to being installed. It was installed in 1936 and 1937 by the Martina family. Throughout the dam here, they installed 121,000 square feet of this flooring at a cost of almost $60,000, 50 cents a square foot. We don't know what it would cost today, but we'll start at millions and work our way up from there. All right, here we go. Yellow wristbands. Let's see them. Yellow wristbands. Off to my right. Mark is waiting for you. Bye-bye. Only yellow wristbands. Everyone else, guess what?
Thank you.
Same rules apply. I get to go first again. Oh,
Oh, now owe you. 11, 12, 13, 15.
So after that, the quickest part.
Yellow wristband? Yeah. It's okay.
Once not going on.
Do you have any questions on what Dave talked about on his tour and any parts of it? You have a question about any?
How empty is the reservoir right now?
I think they say like me it's only 50% full. Yeah, I think it's last about 50%, something like that.
Some of the generators are operating right now.
Well, there what 4 lights on there.
Yeah.
Don't know how many in there, so I can't see them, but they might have a few more on there too. Now, the peak demand for the dam is called a peak power plant. It's in the summertime. That's when all the generator lights should be on working. It's only when the demand goes down in fall and winter, that's when they have maintenance. They do maintenance for the generators they're doing today. You won't see all of them on, only in summertime. Okay, we're going to be walking through the dam, checking out the beautiful art deco that's also inside the dam. This tile is called terracotta. It came from New Mexico, actually. The marble throughout the floor has colors in it as we walk through the dam. These colors represent, I think, 6 or 7 states in the United States that 30s has the marble cores in their states gave marble to build this beautiful marble floor. Even the Italian workers who installed the floor bought some marble from Italy. Somewhere in the dam, it's Italian marbles in the dam too. These doors and railings are all made of aluminum. Aluminum in the 30s was the new space age material, but the aluminum, it never rusts. That's why they use aluminum. Built for tourists to actually do showcase what American engineering and architecture skills the whole world could actually do in the 30s. It's amazing. This way.
What? The slide rules. Most people can't calculate or accept it out their phone.
We can walk on either side, doesn't matter. Either side of it.
I just need to take a picture. Yeah.
There's a few pictures you can take here.
Okay, I got you.
You want one with all you? Hey, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Good job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Here, take your own pictures. Here, you want to take a picture, y'all?
Look at all the bubbles down there.
They probably started a generator just not too long ago. That's what the bubbles are there for a while. Each one, a form of the dam was only kept at 5 feet high. You can kind of tell that because of the cypress that you see here, not down here. So all I do is I go up or down to where I think that 5-foot level is. I think it's around here. Now we don't know with this floor was always here, so this floor looks like a couple inches, at least maybe 3 inches. So they might have been measuring it a little bit lower. It looked like it down here because it was kind of different, but it looks like 5 foot. Probably up here now. I don't know. Now we're going to see on the other side at the junctions. You can see how they identify the forms using letters of the alphabet. Sometimes they would keep things kind of simple here. You can see also they placed a bolt right through the concrete on both sides. Sometimes what the engineers would do, they would lay down a certain measuring instrument from that bolt. In the 30s that was called a transit. But today the engineers call that a level. And that was laid there just to make sure that each form stayed 5 foot level. Straight across here, the measured it 5 foot level. Now, you also probably see the yellow line, so it's hard not to see it. You can also want to watch where you're walking, because there is a slight drop off right here from the right side of the line. What we think they did this for, we think it was used to maybe collect seepage water initially. They knew it was going to happen. Water is going to seep through the dam. It's made of concrete, but it's porous. Water will seep through the porous substance. We think they used it to collect it here, and then they would have drain some pipes from here and keep pushing that seepage water down the river. We don't know if it was actually used, but we think it was made just for that purpose, if it had to be used probably. Now, the interesting thing, as you can see also, as we continue walking down the tunnel, we're following how they built the dam. They have various ways to build dams, but Hoover Dam is called an arch gravity. The arch in design, gravity by weight. They think the dam weighs only a tiny 6.6 million tons. It says squatting, not going anywhere from the canyon for a long time. I've heard it could be here 2,000 years. No one knows actually how long the dam might be here for. Now, the arch is kind of interesting, and the arch, they've known one good advantage of it for actually thousands of years. If they build structures in an arch form, the structure they build becomes stronger than a straight line form would make that. Now, the other good advantage of the dam, the arch, you've got the water here in the lake behind it pressing against the dam, but the way they built the dam, some of the water pressure is diverted and goes right through the canyon. The rock absorbs some of the water pressure. I've heard an estimate. They think the bottom of the lake near the dam, the pressure of water, there could be about 45,000 pounds per square foot. So it's diverted right to the canyon walls. And the way they built the dam, and the water going to the side, it just compresses the dam into the canyon like kind of a cork in the bottom. There's no steel or rebar in the canyon holding the dam up at any point. Now, the interesting thing also about the dam, there is no steel or rebar in the dam. The engineers who built the dam thought if they put some steel in the dam and reinforce it, the water seeping through it would corrode that steel, and the air pockets would form at different places. Then that's not good. For dams got to be pretty much solid. Okay.
Pretty much.
Is there any evidence of seepage anywhere in the dam or no?
Yes, we're going to that place right now called the Seepage Gallery, yes, and we can hear, we can't see it, but we can hear where hundreds of feet down from us being collected sent downstream, okay?
Cool.
And we'll see also 2 sets of stairs, one OSHA and one non-OSHA set. It's kind of neat to see both sets together, okay? Oh, you're talking about that seepage, okay. Now, since we're in the dam, and it's a good rule to go by, when you're in the dam, especially when you're walking around the dam, we never say that 4-letter bad L word. We say seepage because everything sounds better when it seeps, right?
I got that right. I got it. It's on a bit of an angle, I might not be able to read it. I got the numbers.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I saw that.
Yeah. Like that kind of shoulders are there. Yeah. You can't see the distance.
Here is one of the actual places where they found a crack. The engineers found a crack in the concrete, so they marked it with this black line. And the date they found it is on the wall too. Is June 1943. Now, some of this other stuff is not actually supposed to be there. I guess over the years, people have put some graffiti on the wall, concrete that they're not supposed to do that. It's a national landmark. You don't have national landmarks. So. But this is actually supposed to be there. This other stuff, just disregard that stuff.
Mark one's behind me.
Yeah, they're trying to get over there. Nope. 15 Sharon on top. Okay, at this time, does anybody have any last minute question, anything at all? There's a couple of interesting places even for more history of the dam. One is actually in the Hacienda Casino. But in the casino, actually, they have some more room. They're showing you the actual 35-minute black and white movie, how they actually built it, and that movie is free, no charge. Now, if you want to continue, you got time to stop in the city of Boulder City, the city they built for the workers who built the dam. Downtown Boulder City, there is a Boulder Dam Hotel in the downtown area. In that hotel, the Hoover Dam Museum, this time you have to spend $2 to go to the museum, interest museum, showing how the history of how they built them during the Great Depression. The families lived in Boulder City at that time. Best way. Okay, would like you to stand over here to the right side of the line. Over there. Most of the electricity from the dam actually goes to Southern California, as you can see here, the place it goes to. Here are some amazing amounts of statistics used to build the dam, the amounts they did. That's amazing. Now, 6 private companies built the dam. Their names over here, some of the very important people are in the found, like also those companies also there. Now you can, since we're on top of them, visit the old exhibit building over there. It's a 10-minute tape and nitro presentation over there. It used to be the original visitor center, and during the war, it probably housed Army officers as their troop guards at the top during the war. The Army, on top of some of the hills that surround the dam, built, they'd say about 4 bunkers have been in place to protect the dam. One remains though, and you can see it. It's still there. Okay. It's up there by the tower on the right side, that bunker. You've got the yellow wristband. You can go in and out as much as you want today. To get back to the visitor center, you have to cross the street, go down those stairs, escalators. There's security again, but you can do that. This is it again. You have the yellow wristband. Okay, I have to give another tour in about half an hour. Happy holidays. Thanks for visiting the dam, and may you all live long and prosper now.
Thank you.
Thank you.